tore all the back.
Today we got Lonnie on the schedule. His dirt car. Got a K-Pro from me, a couple other things. We're gonna go ahead and get this thing running. Had some issues with connection on the K-Pro. We're gonna see if we can sort that out and hear this thing run. Right? For the first time. How long you been building it? How long you been building it?
All last year.
All last year.
All last year.
His first car, first time doing this. He's excited, he's anxious. Run into a lot of headaches with it, which you run into with any build most of the time. You're lucky if it goes flawless. But he's got a nice car, good setup in it. So we're gonna go ahead and get it off, get it in the shop, see what I can figure out on this upload issue. It keeps failing. And then we'll be back with y'all when we get to the laptop. All right, so Lonnie's got, what's your engine? A K24?
A2.
He's got a K24 A2. I think he's got all the, pump, VTC and all that, or no?
It's all on there.
He's got the Type S pump, VTC. It's a dirt car, so still looks pretty damn good for a fucking dirt car for now.
It's because it was supposed to go in my show car.
And then it's gonna get all dirty.
Which I'm okay with. But it was supposed to go in my show car.
No, but the car's looking really good. So basically, he had a Amazon tucked harness he had in here. Thought he had some issues with the harness, so he put an OEM harness on it. Still having issues. So it's either in the K-Pro or something else. We're going to get it sorted out. He got the K-Pro through me, so regardless if it is an issue with the K-Pro, I have a donor ECU he can use for now. And we'll get that ECU sorted out. But we're going to go ahead and dive in. We're going to change some of this up. I want to change the map sensor location to the RBC. Basically just swap these, because sometimes you get a misreading with the sandwich plate or the adapter plate. So we're going to swap that over, get the TPS on and calibrated, and see if we can get connected to this ECU and it worked right. If we can't get connected to that ECU, then we will put one of mine in. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and dig in and we'll be right back. All right, so we got the TPS on, a couple of the sensors in. We tried my laptop with his K-Pro and it still was having an upload issue, so I threw one of my Hondatas in and we still had the same issue. The upload failed. Basically all the sensors were reading maxed out. So it was somewhere in the harness wiring somewhere. So we started looking at some stuff. I had an actual race spec conversion harness kind of deal for these race cars, the real basic ones, which literally just has 12 volts, ground, tack signal, and then the starter button. And I put that in because he hadn't touched any of the wires on the actual factory RSX harness. I wired that in, just power and ground to the battery real fast, plugged it in, and it uploaded. So we have something wrong somewhere in the conversion harness. Probably not a big deal, it's probably just pinned wrong. Not going to be a hard thing to fix. We may fix it right now, basically going off of the one that I have, so he doesn't have to worry about buying the one I have, because I don't think anything's wrong with it. We just have to make sure it's pinned correctly. So we'll get into that. We'll get that figured out. And then this is a RSX base harness. So on those throttle bodies, the TPS sensor, basically the blade turns the other way compared to a Type S. So we have to basically just depin the TPS and then switch both outside wires. Basically, swap them, one over to the left and one over to the right, whatever. Just basically swap them over. And then the TPS should read correctly, because right now it's reading max because of the way it's pinned. So we're going to go ahead and repin that. So basically, you just pop out that little retainer clip inside the plug. Let me see if it'll focus. Yeah, it's probably not going to, but there's a little clip in there. Use a little small, if you don't have a deep pinning tool, use like a small flathead. And you basically just lift that pin, lift that clip towards this side of it, of the connector. So go in, straight in, and then pry towards this side, and then you can pull the pin out. So we're just gonna switch these two wires, the yellow and the green, basically invert them, and then everything should be kosher on TPS. Then we can start looking at the rest of the stuff to get this thing fired up. got a couple of fuel leaks I think we fixed. We're going to revisit all that in a minute. But we got the issue figured out with the connection issue. So the K-Pro is good. We don't have to worry about dealing with on data on sending that thing back or anything. So somewhere in the conversion harness, we'll get it sorted. And then we'll have a video of this thing starting up. All right, moment of truth. So we had a couple fuel leaks. We had a fuel pressure issue. Couldn't get fuel pressure come up. Lonnie did not put fuel in the car.
Nope.
Figured it had fuel, it didn't. So we put about 4.5 gallons of some fresh 93 in it just to get it running. Everything's reading. Fuel pressure's set at 50. We had a fuel leak on this line here. We got that fixed for now. Just kind of on a borrowed line for now just to hear it run. Other than that, oil's good. We're going to go ahead and fire this thing for the first time. So let's connect to the computer. You got power on, right?
Yep.
All right, everything looks good on the computer. Map set.
Could be a neutral, but it don't matter.
Let's do it.
Ready?
Yep. Go ahead. Go again. That was our first startup. We got to adjust the idle a little bit, see if she's hitting on all of them, and we'll be right back. All right, as you saw in the last clip, the first startup, it didn't idle, and it did sound like it was missing. Swapped coil packs just to try. Nothing. Tested with a Noid light on the injector to make sure that it was firing because it was missing on this cylinder. It was getting power. Had it running, tapped on the injector some. It was nothing. It was dead. So put in another stock one for now, and she should be hitting on all four. Let's do it, Lonnie. Let's hear this baby. Don't forget fuel pump. Oh, baby, like a song. Huh? Oh, yeah, that's how she's supposed to sound. Like a kitten.
What if the tach works?
I don't have it hooked up. Oh, he's got it hooked up? It's not working? Give it a little rev. Yeah. It looks like it's off a little bit. Does that one have an adjustment?
Yeah, you can hit the button and adjust it.
Yeah, it seems like it's a little laggy. But we got voltage. We're charging at 14. Vacuum looks good. It's like 1300 on the idle.
Just turn the fan on.
Not the radiator.
Ain't nothing hooked it.
We got the zip tied up.
It broke.
Cut it off. Hell yeah. My man's excited. Ready to make some power. She should do really good.
Wow.
It fucking sounds awesome. It really does. So we're gonna when he's ready to come get tuned, we're going to go ahead and switch over to 1000 cc's. Those injectors, we got those from Hunter Tune. Hunter always does a great job with flow matching his decapped LS injectors. They do amazing for the price. I love tuning on those injectors. Guy just does a really good job with that. He flow matches all of them. His price is super fair. Most of the time he has them in stock. Sometimes he does have a shortage, but shout out to him for those injectors for a great price for guys on a budget wanting to make some power and go ethanol. So we'll get ethanol in this thing. We're going to change fuel filter out. We're going to run a better fuel filter instead of the paper one, E85, and then finish up the rest of the small things and get him on this track so he can start learning this thing. He's jumping straight into some big power, so should be fun. First time sitting in the car firing it. Go ahead, wide open throttle before you start it. That's all the way. There you go. That's what it's all about. In the hot seat. Got the red rocket running. He's got to go put some axles in, finish putting a couple of his sensors in and some fluids. And then we'll be popping some 1000 cc Hunter Tune injectors in it, and dyno time. See E85, next time you'll see it, he'll be on the rollers, making some power. Y'all don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Another happy customer.